who witnessed the entire encounter from her third-story bedroom window, told the New York Daily News last week that she was certain Gray didn't have anything in his hands. When he was shot, casting doubt on police claims that Gray pointed a revolver at the officers, forcing them to open fire. She also said Gray was backing up when the cop took out his gun and started firing. In her extended interview, whose coverage of Gray's shooting in protest for the Village Voice is a must-read, King elaborates on what she witnessed that night. She says that one of the officers who shot Gray continued to shoot while the team was on the ground. According to the state's autopsy report, Gray was shot 7 times. 3 times was in his back. So this is completely plausible. King also reaffirmed her earlier statement that Gray never pointed a gun at the police, saying I can't say if they had one or them or not, but no one had a gun pointing at the cops. The most horrific aspect of the interview in King's description of Gray's crying in pain as he lay on the ground begging for his life. After the gunfire subdued, King claimed that the officer who did the most shooting put his hands on his head, like, oh my God. She described him as the main shooter. That's the one I focused on, she explained. He just kept shooting while Gray was on the ground. When asked how close the officer was when he was shooting Gray, King said right over him. I thought he was dead, King said. Upon the law.
We're still talking.
I thought he was dead. That's when Gray began to scream. Help me, help me. My stomach is burning, help me. They shot me. She said the teen cried out. Friends have said Gray was approximately 5'6" and weighed about 100 pounds. King described him as frail and said he was surprised he was not killed instantly. I didn't think anybody could take that amount of bullets, she added. Outraged by what she saw, King shouted out her window at the police. The shooting officer responded by threatening to shoot her. I just remember screaming out the window, why? Why so much? King recalls she claims the main shooter partner with the short haircut responded. He started waving his gun up at, he started waving his gun up at our windows. Myself and my neighbor, get your fucking head out the window before I fucking shoot you. That's right. King said, and her neighbor jumped back. I told the authorities that. She said, you threatened our lives and we didn't even do anything. The officers identified as Sergeant Mourad, 30, and Officer Jovaniel, Cordova, 26, have been placed on desk duty until the investigation into Gray's death is complete. According to court records, both have been accused of civil rights violation in 5 federal lawsuits, costing the city $215,000 in settlements. In each case, Mourad and Cordova attempted to cover up their misconduct by falsifying and fabricating evidence. The lawyer who filed 4 of the 5 lawsuits told the Daily New York News Sergeant Mourad is accused in one of the lawsuits of an illegal stop and frisk that landed an innocent man in Rikers Island for months. Another complaint alleges that Mourad and others pulled a man's pants and underwear during a fist. I'm sorry. Allegations against Officer Cordova included handcuffing a driver by shoving his face down into a puddle during a car stop and punching a man in the face during an illegal stop, resulting in 3 stitches.
They want to put Kimani Gray's record all out in the open as soon as after they kill him. But before they even thought about stopping him, they didn't know who he was. They didn't know if he had a record or didn't have a record. They didn't know if he was Charles Manson or he was an A student. They didn't know that. They stopped him because he was a young black man.
Murder is murder. If I killed anyone, I'm facing a judge and I'm going to jail until a jury finds me innocent or guilty.
Yes.
Murder is murder.
Yes.
I don't care what race you are. I don't care what sex you are. I don't care if you're an NYPD. I don't care if you're a lawyer, a judge, a doctor. Murder black people,
One
white
he
people,
shot, one they shot in the
whatever
jaw.
color people out here.